what is form and art? So, form is the element of art defined in three dimensions: the height, width, and the depth. The term form is applied mostly to three-dimensional objects of visual art, so such as sculpture, art installation, or the illusion of three-dimensionality and two-dimension work of art. So, apart from being expressed in three-dimension, form can also be found in two-dimensional plane of painting and drawing. So, the artists create an implied form of applying perspective, light, and shadow. This results to optical illusion of two-dimensional aspect coming to life. So, form is art should not be confused with shape. The latter term and used for dimensional image without implied form. Shape can be geometric or organic, refers to platform or a flat surface. So, there are two types of form in art. So, form is an art generally divided in two distinct categories. So, organic forms and geometric forms. So, organic form is usually irregular and mimics form found in nature. So, while geometric is entirely man-made, is strict and often consists a straight line. So, some artists create a mix of organic form with geometric form that fit their expressive intention. So, some artists create a mix of organic form with geometric form that fit their expressive intention. So, organic forms are in art refers to the irregular shapes similarity to the to any living object. So, plant, humans, and animal change their form constantly by using and growing, and organic form in art mimics this process. So, in term, biomorphic form in art refers to organic three-dimensional object, so similar to human figures like flower and trees. However, an abstract form can also be organic, demonstrating a fluidity and dynamism of real-life object. So, geometric form. So, and geometric forms in art is stable, artificial, and detached from the nature world. So, the most popular example of geometric forms are be found in every geometric class: cube, spheres, pyramid, cylinder, and cones. So, although geometric forms have been used in architecture since ancient times, think of the Egyptian pyramids, modern artists often to use them in his sculpture, as well as especially with the rise of abstract art. So, one of the most striking example of use of geometric form in modern art, which is the work of the such artist, what do you call this? František Kupka. Although Kupka was working in two-dimensional plane of the canvas, his use of the color and line create form and implied depth. So let's proceed to the qualities of three-dimensional form. So three-dimensional form in art have two distinct qualities: the volume and mass. So volume of form in art So volume is the amount of physical space occupied by the form. So it includes all the elements of an artwork as well as the negative space the work utilizes. So open volume is incorporating negative space makes the work of art lighter as if the floating over the surface. So mass of form in art. So mass is a three-dimensional form to solid volume, immovable, and impenetrable and impenetrable. So the object contours have no air between them. So occupying all the available space and inside it contours. So every artist needs a strong understanding of form in order to manipulate the effective cause on a viewer by their artwork. So the right use of three-dimensional form might evoke certain feelings or emotion. So as well as the optical illusion, transforming the space around the artwork and its surrounding object. So form is excuse me. So form is art greatly contributes to the impression left by artwork. So according to the ideas of the artist, large and heavy geometric form can seem intimidating and belittling to the viewer. So while free-flowing organic form suggests a connection to the natural world. So the human brain is how do we perceive the form? So as the human brain is incapable of making sense of line and shapes on the two-dimensional surface and identifying it with a three-dimensional object present in everyday life. So it would certainly not confuse a real human body with a fainted one, but the connection made by our brain would be instant. So our brain is trained to look for the sign of the living creature in front of us. So for us ancestor, the correct distinction between a friend and an enemy, a prey and the hunter, an animal and some unusual rock formation for crucial for survival. So at the same time, abstract form present a bigger challenge to our mind. So while our brain is still looking for a clues or markers for living markers of a living being, human form, or at least familiar to geometric shapes, it is struggle to find a match for the image and in front of our eyes. So abstract form are detached for the quality from the reality enough to confuse us. So but they are still evoke association with something we have already seen. So, form is one of the 7 elements of art that is crucial for artist expression. So, all form and three-dimensional representation that is necessarily includes 3 key characteristic, the height, width, and depth. So, the term three-dimensional form in art applies not only to sculpture, but to painting as well. Form can be applied by using light, shadow, and perspective. So, art form exists in 2 possible variations. The geometric form are constructed of simple geometric shapes, and organic with free forms lines similar to those found in nature.